Hello everybody, Smokey Smokes here. Going to be doing a pipe review, tobacco pipe review on a Medico Cavalier. These are very well-known pipes, or at least somewhat well-known pipes, because they're very affordable, and yet they're a nice briar pipe. They function very well, and yeah, so they're very affordable. $27.95 is the retail on these things, so 28 bucks is the most you'll ever spend on these. So generally when you go to a pipe store or something online, you're going to find them for like 21 or 22 bucks. I think I got this one for $21.95 plus like $3 shipping. I already forgot the name of the website, but I'm going to annotate it in, probably, unless I forget. But anyway, yeah, these come in quite a bit of variety. You have Dublin shapes, which is this one, the ball. You have bulldog shapes, and you have billiard shapes. I believe those are the three ones. They might have more, probably not. Just keep it, take my word for it, Dublin, billiard, or bulldog. And you get them in straight or bent. And there's different variations on what a bent pipe is. I'll go into that later in the video. But when I say bent, I'm talking like the saxophone looking ones that go up like that. So you get that. Or these. The bent ones are hard to find. They're always out of stock. And even a lot of the straight ones are out of stock too. I wish they would continue to make these. That's probably why they go out of stock though, because everybody wants them because they're so affordable and they're nice and they work very well. They're very likable pipes. There's not much to say bad about them. They're really, really nice. It's hard to find information on them too. That's another thing with a lot of pipes out there. It's just difficult to find information, like what the specs are. I couldn't find specs on this, and well, I didn't really look them up. They're probably out there, but I'll give you specs because it's a small pipe. I was actually very surprised. In the video, you might not be able to tell. It just might look like a pipe to you. Well, here it is, and then here's a Dr. Gerbeau freehand. Yeah, there's quite a difference there. It's slightly shorter in length, but the biggest thing is it's just a smaller ball. See the difference there? It's small. It's a small pipe I would consider. And here's another one. Here's a K. Woody Saxon, which I brought out for comparison. I really like these. I wish I could find more of these. It's amazing. It's like the same price, about 21 bucks, 22 bucks. Oh, these are beautiful pipes. And I love that purple kind of haze they have. The camera's not picking it up, but you can kind of see it there. But yeah, it's a small little pipe. However, that's one of the things I really like about this pipe. It's really light, really small. It's cool looking. I like the double ridge thing right here, and you can see the little maker's mark, that Medico. Down here, Medico Cavalier, imported briar. Imported from where? I have no idea. I believe these are made in the USA. Of course, yes, it is a briar pipe with a jet black color. Yes, it's a straight up just black color. It's really cool looking. It's very subtle. I don't know how to describe it. It's very simple, very subtle, but I love the straight out point and the double ridge here makes it look just cool and skinny and kind of bony looking. I don't know how to say it. It's just cool looking, like a dark skeleton, I guess you could say. I don't know, that's a stupid description of it. But guess what? It has a plateau there if you didn't notice. So it's a sitter. It's one of the first sitting pipes I had other than my Nording freehand, which I sold. Unfortunately, I wish I didn't sell it. But I needed money at the time, but I'll get one again eventually. But that's a really nice touch. I did not know it was a sitter. That really surprised me. I was like, oh, it sits. Why doesn't every pipe sit? This is my only sitting pipe I have right now, but it's such a simple thing. You just sand the bottom of it, and there you go. But yeah, I guess they're sitters, so I would assume the bent ones are sitters too. I don't have any to show you, but this weighs 0.81 ounces, I believe. Let me just double check real fast my little pocket scale. Yes, I looked up pipesandscigars.com, websites like that, and they don't have any information on it. 0.81 ounces, yep. I know you can't see that, but take my word for it. It's very light. Pipes like these, the other ones are like 1.2, 1.3, maybe heavier. So that's just a little comparison. It's very light and very easy to carry. It's easy to clench your fist around it, or your thumb finger around it. It is rusticated. They are all rustic. You can't get any smooth Medico Cavaliers, I believe. However, what's interesting is that this seems like a smoother rustication. It's sandblasted. It seems smoother than a lot of other ones I've seen online. I see pictures of a lot of other Medico Cavaliers out there of different shapes, different size, different, whatever. And they seem like they're more rustic. Like, let's bring this pipe in again. I have a review on this, by the way, if you want to see it. K. Woody Saxon. You can see it's much of a more obvious or more rigid, I don't even know how to put it, more rough rustication job, and I like it. I think it's really cool. This I still like, but it's more smooth. It's a really slight rustic job. You can see a distinct difference there, and you can really feel it too. Like here, you can kind of see it poking out and rubbing, but this is just like flat up here almost. But however, I've seen pictures of Medico Cavaliers that were very rustic, so I don't know, is it this specific kind that's smoother? Is it the other kind of bowl shapes that are more rustic, or I have no clue actually. I really don't know. But sometimes I see smooth ones, sometimes I see rustic ones, and everybody says they're unique, so I'm going to assume it's just, you just buy it and then you just hope for the best. Is it going to be a smoother one or is it going to be a rustic one? All I can say though is that they're all rusticated, so it's going to have some form of rustication on it. Some might have more than others. Can't expect too much though for 22 bucks. I mean, you are getting way more than what you're paying for. I think it's very, it just smokes really well. Finally, 5 minutes 30 seconds of the video. How does it smoke? Yeah, it smokes great. Smokes really, really nicely. Not much I could really say about it. Even though it's a straight pipe, I do not prefer these. I like bent pipes, and I explained what I meant by the differences in bent pipes. Let's bring in this K. Woody Saxon again. This is a bent one, and then this Dr. Grobo freehand. These are both bent pipes, but you can see a very distinct difference. They're both bent, but this one's going shooting up almost like a saxophone, like I said, and then this one's kind of straight, but it's still technically bent. I prefer this kind of bent, not like 100% like 90-degree angle straight like this. I don't always love it when it's going shooting all the way up and curving down like that. That's just my personal preference. I like all pipes. I'll smoke anything. But this is what I like the most. I just think it's very subtle, and I like how it kind of shoots out. But it's curved, so it's more ergonomic for your mouth. It just is. So you don't have to position your hand to be on perfect level with your mouth, kind of, or like perpendicular or parallel, whatever the word I'm looking for is, if you understand what I'm saying. But just that being said, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a straight pipe. Some people like them. It is really cool looking, I'll give it that. I like how this pipe is straight, and I'll deal with it. I think it's really cool. And it holds the mouth very easily. It doesn't say, I couldn't find what material this is made of. It's probably just a plastic though. It's a bendy plastic too. I don't know if you can really see that very well, but it almost feels like rubbery. Do I like this? No. I wish it was just a straight up plastic, or better yet, like an acrylic or something like that. It just isn't. Whatever, it is what it is. But I think the idea behind that is that it's softer on your teeth, or maybe the teeth marks aren't as prevalent, even though I tried to clench on it to see what happened. Yeah, it still makes teeth marks. I guess it's supposed to be more comfortable or whatever. I don't know why they did that. I wish it wasn't bendy like that. It's not a big deal though. It just feels like it's cheap. I know it's not. It's just a stem. Like, who cares really? But just throwing it out there. I think the length on this is 5.5 inches. This kind of sucks because I don't have a website telling me the length, but I'm just gonna use my little card here that has inches on it. 3 to, yeah, it's like 5 1/3 inches roughly. Bowl height is roughly 1.5 inches, just shy of 1.5 inches, let's say. The diameter of the top of the bowl here is 1 1/4 inches, and then the actual chamber itself is 3/4 inches. How deep is it? Well, like I said, 1 1/4 inches or something like that. So it's a smaller bowl. It will hold a decent amount of tobacco, not nearly as much as your standard pipe, like these will. But that's the whole thing. You know, if you have a smaller pipe, it's less to hold on to. It's less to fit in a pouch or a pocket or something like that. It's easier for travel, and since it's a straight pipe, and if you're clenching it in your mouth or moving around and doing stuff, it's better for that kind of thing. It's supposed to be a lightweight. I guess maybe they went with this material to make it lighter. I don't know. But it's supposed to, I guess, clench in your mouth easier, and it's easier to hold and wave around, and then, you know, put in your pocket. And that's the whole point. It's travelable. Travelable? I just made up a word. It's easy for travel. It's a nice quality, good-looking, good-functioning pipe. How's the heat on the bowl? It's just like all the other bowls I've had. Expect it to be hotter than the other ones because it's such a thin diameter, a slightly thinner diameter. Actually, a much thinner diameter compared to other pipe bowls out there. But when I smoked with this, I didn't notice a huge difference. Like, oh wow, this one's smoking really hot. I didn't notice it. Those other pipes over there I'd use always smoke hot if I puff too much on the tobacco, or if the tobacco itself is like a hot smoking aromatic or whatever. So it depends more on you, not so much the pipe, as much anyway. So I didn't notice any uncomfortable problems with it, that's all I'm saying. I just think it's a very well made pipe. It's very affordable. I don't think anybody would really dislike these things. They're well known and they sell fast for a reason. They're hard to find. Currently, as of July 2014, can't find any at pipesandcigars.com. They're all out of stock. It's hard to find information on them, like I said. Same with the K. Woody Saxons too. I want more of these. I want more of these things. They're really cool, but they don't have them. But I really like how it's a sitter. What a nice touch that is. You don't hear much about that. I don't go to websites that say, yeah, it has a plateau. It didn't say that. I just found that out by surprise. So, but yeah, it's a very good, lightweight, cool-looking, simple pipe. Very, very cool. I'm a huge fan. I'd like to get more in the future. someday if I can find them. But they're hard to find. You really gotta look around. But they're affordable if you can find them, though. That's the thing. So that's my overly long review of the Medico Cavalier. This one specifically a straight Dublin. My favorite bowl shape. Anyway, I like the way it looks. And then of course they have the billiard, which is this one, which kind of tapers inward. Hey, look at the size comparison. It's a smaller pipe. Anyway, yes, that is the review. Hope you enjoyed it.